Hello everybody, it's Sarah here, lovely to see you. It's Tuesday afternoon, that must mean it's Scramblers time. We're missing seeing you in person at Binscombe Church, but we hope you're well and hope you're doing okay. Also, particular welcome to you if you don't normally come to our Scramblers group on a Tuesday. You are very welcome and we're really pleased that you could join us. Now, some of you will have met our friend from Scramblers called Fred. Now, as per usual, Fred is fast asleep in his bag. Here he is. I can see a little bit of orange fur, but I'm afraid he's totally asleep and we're going to have to wake him up. Do you think you can help me do that? I think what we'll do, as usual, if I say 1, 2, 3, I want you and anyone else who's in the room with you to shout at the screen, "Wake up, Fred." And I'll do it here, and if you do it really loudly where you are, then hopefully together we'll be able to wake Fred up. Are you ready? So after 3, we'll say, "Wake up, Fred." 1, 2, 3. Wake up, Fred! No, I'm sorry. I'm sure you were shouting really loudly, but you're going to have to shout even louder than that. We're going to have to wake him up. Are you ready? So 1, 2, 3, then we'll shout, "Wake up, Fred." Okay. 1, really loudly. 2, 3. Wake up, Fred! Should we have a look? Oh, I think it might have worked. I think Fred is coming awake. There he is. Oh, he is very excited to see everybody. You're right. He's wondering how everyone is doing on lockdown. I hope you're all right. Oh, that's interesting. He says, can you guess what he's been doing to keep himself busy? Have you really? Are you sure? Fred says that he's been trampolining in the garden. Really? With these legs? Amazing. Oh, he wonders whether any of you have been doing lovely things out in your gardens or in your houses. Something a bit different this week. Anyway, yeah, me too. Fred says he's really excited about Easter. And he says, oh, yeah, I agree, Fred. He says he loves the Easter story in the Bible that tells us about Jesus, that very first Easter time. Yeah, you're right. Fred says that the events that we read about in the Bible, that very first Easter, are the most important and the most wonderful events that have ever happened in the whole of history. Isn't that amazing? So it's great that we can think about them today. Oh, okay. Fred says that there are some things in his bag that he thinks might help us with our story today. Shall I have a look at them? Shall I get them out? Okay, I'll pop Fred down so I can have a look in the bag and see what's inside, things that might help us with our story later. Shall I have a look? Oh, interesting. What can I find here? Oh, there's a red egg. Oh, got a nice rattle to it as well. Shall I pop it up here? And then we'll have a look at that a little bit later on. I can see another one. What's this one? Oh, it's an orange egg. And again, that's got a very satisfying rattle to it. Brilliant. I'll put that one up there too. Oh, I can hear another rattle. This time it's a green egg. Shall we see if we can pop that up there too? And maybe we'll have a look at that the next time. And oh, let's have a look and see. There's a fourth egg as well. There's a purple egg this time. So we'll put that up there as well. Just put that together. Put that up there. Amazing. 4 eggs to look at a bit later on. Oh, Fred, you want to come back? Oh, that's a good idea. We're going to get on with our story, he says. So he's going to say goodbye. Bye-bye. Can you say goodbye to Fred? He says goodbye. And we're going to have a look at our Bible story. Thank you, Fred. You can go back into your bag and have a sleep again. He likes to sleep, doesn't he, Fred? Brilliant. Well, I'm going to come up a bit closer so that you can see the pictures in our Bible. And this is the Bible that we use at Scramblers, the Beginner's Bible. And we're using it with permission from HarperCollins Christian Publishing. Do you remember last week how we read about Jesus coming into Jerusalem on a donkey as the king? People put palm branches in front of him and they shouted, "Blessed is the King who comes." That was such a happy day wasn't it? And I know that some of you made crowns last week because you've sent me photos of them to remember that Jesus is the King. Now, I think that deserves a thumbs up. That's a really good thing. That happened, isn't it? Jesus coming into Jerusalem as King. So do you think you can do a big thumbs up for me? Perhaps you can do 2 thumbs up. I can only do 1 thumbs up because I'm holding the Bible, but you could do 2 thumbs up. But there may be some things in our story that are sad or bad. I wonder if you could do some thumbs down for those stories, those moments in our story that are bad or sad. So thumbs up for good, thumbs down for bad or sad. So thumbs up that Jesus came into Jerusalem as the King on that donkey. But you know, only a very few days later, some people didn't like Jesus, and they knew that he was saying things and doing things that they really didn't understand and didn't like. And so they put him on a cross. They didn't like that Jesus said he was king, and they didn't like him to be in charge. I think that needs a thumbs down, because they put him on a cross. And there you can see in our next picture that Jesus died on a cross. And there is one of his friends really sad. Again, I think that needs a thumbs down, doesn't it? What a sad moment in history. But just while people were sad and they were worried and scared for themselves as well, and sad that Jesus had died, they remembered something really important, that Jesus had said that he was going to come and see them again soon. I think that needs a thumbs up, but we're not sure at the moment what that might be, and I'm sure they were a bit confused. What they did is some friends took Jesus's body after he'd died and put it in a tomb, and they rolled a big stone, can you see that big stone, in front of the tomb, and had some soldiers to guard it too. I think that's a sad moment, because Jesus, we know, is dead. Do a thumbs down for that one too. But 3 days later, the earth shook, and an angel of the Lord came down from heaven and pushed the stone away from the tomb. And then the angel sat on the tomb. I think that needs a thumbs up. God is clearly at work. The soldiers who were guarding the tomb, when they saw the angel, they fell down to the ground. They're in amazement too. I think that deserves a thumbs up as well. And there we read about Mary and her friends who were walking to the tomb together, and they saw the angel. And the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. Jesus isn't here. He has risen. He is alive." That's a big thumbs up too, isn't it? Mary and her friends were so sad, and now they're so happy to know that Jesus is alive. And the angel said to them, "Go and tell Peter and Jesus' other friends that Jesus is alive." I think that needs double thumbs up for that one. Great. Well, it is such a great story. A moment. Such a great story, isn't it? And we remember that Jesus is alive. Why don't I say a prayer, and then we'll have a look and see what is in these eggs. Dear God, thank you very much for this amazing story. Thank you for Jesus. Thank you that he died on the cross in our place. Thank you that he rose again from the dead and has beaten death. And thank you that that means that we can be friends with you as we trust in you. And Father, we thank you that that means that we can talk to you at any time because Jesus is alive. Amen. Isn't that amazing? That Jesus is alive, that means we can talk to him, we can at any time and anywhere, and it means that because Jesus has beaten death, we know that we can be friends with God if we trust in him. What a fantastic thing to remember. Now, I think we ought to have a look at these eggs. We've got 4 eggs. Egg number 1. Shall we see what's inside? It's got a nice rattle. It's got 2 things in here. Oh, it's a little chocolate Easter egg. I'm going to look forward to having that a bit later on. Yum. I do love chocolate, and I do love chocolate Easter eggs. There's also a bit of paper. Shall we see what it says? It says Jesus. I'm going to stick that there. Jesus. Can you see that? Should we open the orange one? Number 2. Oh, again, that's got a lovely rattle to it. I think there's something inside. Oh, there's another little chocolate Easter egg. I'm going to add that to my collection to eat a bit later on. And there's a word, and it says, is. Jesus is. I wonder what the next word's going to be. Can you guess? Let's see if there's another word in here. There's also a rattle. That bodes well. Oh, look, there's another little chocolate Easter egg. Yummy. I'm looking forward to that. That's always very exciting to get. Let's have a look at what the word says in our egg number 3. Alive. So it says, Jesus is alive. We've got egg number 4. Oh, egg number 4 doesn't seem to rattle in quite the same. I wonder what's inside. Nothing. It's empty. Oh, that's a bit disappointing, isn't it? But actually, we can remember, can't we, that that first Easter, the empty tomb, the tomb was empty. But that's not disappointing. That's the best news ever, because it means that Jesus is alive. I'm going to sign off. It's been lovely to be with you. Hope you have a very happy Easter. And do join us if you're around on Easter morning for our live streamed Easter morning Sunday service. It's at 11 o'clock this Sunday, and you get to it by just clicking on the Binscombe Church website, and you'll find all the details there. But till then, happy Easter, and I'll see you soon. Bye.